Hello everyone, it's Mr. Blobfish here, and I'm gonna be showing you Rome 2 replay. You know, it's been a while, I haven't been here, but that doesn't matter, because we're watching Rome 2 replay, so let's get it off with. We'll do slow motion for another show. So, on our factions, we have Carthage, Macedon, and Egypt, and our formations are a little bit weird. It was a little bit hastily made. So, for Macedon, he's got some heavy onager, we got some Greek ballistas, and then he's just got a good line of thorax swordsmen here. And then Carthage messed up his start, kind of. It was weird. But he has it's mostly reserve force. And then he has some flanking. So let's go into full view. And we're going to be fighting these guys here. I forget the name. Illyrian, maybe? I don't know the name, whatever. Let's start off. So first I am Egypt, and I'm gonna move my chariots through here. And until then, I have some missile camel archers, which I put in the front, and I'm then moving my chariots forward. And it was to reveal the army, because we didn't know what they were doing, but currently they're charging in. So, to start the battle, I'm charging in my cavalry straight towards this infantry here. I accidentally chose the cavalry first. And yeah, those guys are gonna go in. Macedon sends up some of his Tarentine cavalry up. And Carthage is mobilizing. He's getting his formations, he's doing his stuff, and Macedon is preparing for his inevitable push of all of these guys, and he's skirmishing with the cav out here. His missile infantry's doing his stuff. I'm doing my stuff. I have some Galatian Royal Guard, some of the best units you can have for Egypt. I've got them protecting as like some kind of rear reserve unit for now. However, Macedon's ballistas are very important because they're the only units that we have that are any kind of I'm messing with words there. Any kind of actual good ranged unit or artillery piece, So I'm moving my Galatian Royal Guards to support this fight here, and unfortunately we get a very bad cav charge on our ballistas. I'm going to retreat my chariots because they're not really doing anything. There's so much cav, there's so much fighting with the cav that these chariots are useless and they're just getting picked off. So I retreat those guys, and they really one of these got 41 kills. The other didn't get any. So what's happening is our enemies, they're kind of just skirmishing with a lot of cav. So I moved up these archer cav, which basically they're just shooting these guys right now as like a defensive thing. So I don't really care about them for now. They're fine. I'm just attacking them for now. The goal was I hold here and Macedon holds. And what happened was Carthage was in reserve, but there wasn't not good enough teamwork, so Carthage actually didn't move his troops up towards, so he just kept all these troops in reserve, and basically just had like a few of the vanguard troops to help out. So Macedon was in this fight alone, and I realized that, so I sent up my Galatian guard to forward and help out his flank, just to prevent the enemy from coming into this gap and ruining this. So what ends up happening is he sends in his cav, the enemy sends in his cav, and they try and take out my my chariots, which break. They flee to the forest. They'll be back now, and I have to support it with these thorax swordsmen. And until then, while that's happening, I push up with my thorax pikemen, which is a great pikemen, and they're just holding off against these hordes of Illyrian hoplites. And then the mercenary Tarentine cav coming in with a weird flank on my Thoros spears, but I sent my thorax swordsmen to help out with that. And I also push up these thorax swordsmen into this position here, as kind of to protect these chariots, which I've been like leaving in reserve. I kind of wanted to save these chariots, and I kind of want to just do a lot of damage on this main flank. But let's focus on the main battle, guys, because this is more important than that flank battle. So what's happening is the Illyrians are just having these slave slingers in the back. They're pelting these Macedons, and they're holding. Macedon is holding. He has some reserve foot companions here, some levy pikemen just here. And we were working with the 1-2-4 rule, which is 1 artillery, 2 pike units, and 4 missile units, and then our bases. So Macedon charges in his Tarentine cavalry. It's basically filler at this point because obviously Carthage isn't helping him at all. Bad teamwork there. But Carthage really just has these Libyan infantry that are just throwing their pila in the ass of this guy, so it's okay. So we see a little bit of breaking of Macedon here. The thorax pikemen obviously are. The thorax pikemen are overwhelmed. They're not in pike formation, and I guess that just doesn't matter at that point. I guess it wasn't really being defensive. It was such a hastily made thing, because as you saw from the start, they just charged in. Back over here, I commit these troops as to use their peel on them and as reserve. But then this is more important. We have a full Illyrian, almost sallying out, you could say, with this cavalry. It comes in a big flank, and Macedon's forced to use his archers and his other archers. So they got their archers in the flank, which is really bad. You always want to keep your archers safe. They're extremely useful. So I see this big breaking, and I had tried to send up my thorax swordsman, but I think it messed up a little bit. Anyway, we have our Mygolation guards holding here really well, but over here, Macedon's not holding that well. He's got his foot companions almost surrounded. He's just throwing in his cavalry to just keep them in the fray. And at this point, we were like telling Carthage, yo, send troops, send troops, send troops. You gotta send your troops. You just have a bunch of dudes, so he sends some more guys, sends some civilian infantry, which is weird because he should have sent more, but he didn't send as much as we really wanted. So, and he also had this mercenary Iberian cavalry here, which I don't know why he sent in, and it was just letting this Illyrian cav unit just run around and just massacre Macedon's archers, which if he had, he could have used as peltists. So we just have Macedon hold. We got some thorax swordsmen, got some royal peltists holding the line. It's just down to the last bone. And yeah, now we see finally Carthage moving in as he should, moving in these troops to support this just growing front with all of these units. And I myself, I have to keep. I'm telling my units, I can't help you. I'm trapped here. These units have to stay because I only have just so much holding back. And if I send units here, then I was feeling that the cavalry that was just swarming here, all this cav that's been just doing so much to the archers and everything, was just gonna cut me off. So instead, I said I'll just send up one unit of thorax swords. I'll try and help out there. And my teammate Marco realized that he had some Tarentine cavalry, so he's gonna send those guys in to help me a little bit, send them up. And while this was happening, my candle archers got hit by these Illyrian hoplites, and this was big because cavalry, it's a big factor in this. If you could flank the cav like our enemy was, you could get massive damage off. So really, I messed up. That was a big mess up on my part, and this is missile cav. I should have been keeping these guys at bay, and I'd kept them there. And this is the reason is because I was super focused on this battle here with all of these Illyrian hoplites and I just didn't want them to break through, because if they broke through this flank, we were done. So my goal was just to kind of try and make them console their forces here and keep off this smaller force from attacking here. And now Carthage is starting to move in his troops, but it is too late. Macedon is wiped out. There is nothing you can do. Those Macedonians, they are running. Macedon is raking. They've just got these levy pikemen. They're done. He's got his general here, and we've just got a few more people. And right now, I'm just telling Macedon, just fall back to me. Get your general to me. Get your general out of there, and just bring him to me. Just keep your general alive. Really, all you can do now, and let Carthage suffer. And take him in. Look at this, guys. Look at these Carthaginian archers raiding hell on this massive battle. So Carthage pushing up now. Trying to push up. I don't know what the heck these guys are doing. They're pushing up. And we're telling Carthage, you know, dude, swing around. Come around this edge, swing around, hit them behind. They're so thin. Just hit them behind. I can hold. I'm holding right now. My thorax swords, my thorax pikemen, they're holding. I'm beating them almost. And right here I was just doing a little bit of cat and mouse. I was moving these guys back and then just firing down. And then this depleted unit of camel archers, I put them in melee mode just to, you know. And then I was just using these guys as like some cat and mouse game. So Macedon, he's moving his troops towards me. The remaining of he has, which is some Tyrant cavalry. And just Tish general, which is not a lot. Companion cavalry. And he had this small unit of Levy pikemen just charging. So Carthage is moving in. He did what we said. He's coming in all around the flank. He has these mercenary Cretan archers. Really good unit here. Really good unit. Firing on the backs. We see a big cav charge by some mercenary Tarentine cavalry that charges in right into these Carthaginian lines of the Libyan infantry. And then over here I got some breaking of my chariots. I had charged them in actually to I think these Illyrian hoplites, and they'd like shredded through them over here. But the Illyrian hoplites had killed half of them. And so now I'm basically just trying to work around with this. It's my cavalry. I've basically just given up on them. I have so little. And I'm trying to focus on this just massive cluster of troops. Trying to take out these Illyrian hoplites, which they're actually going to hold for a while against so many. They're surrounded, they still hold. Our enemy, the Illyrians, they're sending up some more people to just face off my swarm. Just try and send reinforcements there, but it's not going to work out. Carthage, with its big hammer of units, are pushing in, leaving some few guys as general's bodyguard, and a few spare units behind, and it's just pushing in. He's got this, he's got Libyan infantry over here. He's focusing a lot on these missile units, just almost shredding these Illyrians apart, these mercenary axe warriors apart. And all he really has left is just these slave slingers, some mercenary peltists, and then he has this big unit pushing me. So I guess what he was saying, I guess what he just wanted to do was just throw units over here. So Macedon's holding back, obviously, they have basically nothing. I'm just trying to hold out here. I'm kind of panicking actually because I'm dealing with this annoying hoplite unit, which is just stuck. And technically they're routing, but I finally get them. And then I have to reform this entire line, which is what I was scared about, because look at this. This was coming for me. I wanted to reform as quick as possible. So Macedon, I tell Macedon, and Macedon sends in his cav, which is probably the best thing he could have done. He sacrifices his cav to just prevent this, and I quickly retreat my units to make a new line of defense. I also charged my chariots into these Illyrian hoplites. It didn't do much. They've got like 44 kills, so it's okay.
Fire on the enemy!
And Carthage is starting to move in. It's really loosely made. They're currently focusing down these guys here, but they're definitely working in. They're moving in, but the main enemy is coming from me, so I'm retreating. Macedon's moving up his general, and Macedon probably is the one who did the best work here. He did fall relatively quickly, but him charging in the cav to slow down this assault was good, because I was able to form my pikes fast enough, and that cav helped a lot. It's just, you know, it's just a few guys left. We have 4 dudes, but it's still something. And him holding this line for long enough as he did allowed me to focus down that flank, which is the most important. If the flank had overtaken me, we would have lost. So let me just see. Got some thorough spears just taking out some cav unit that just charged this Illyrian cavalry. I got my general in the back, and then I order my the rest of my cav to come around on this flank side and try and do some damage there. Carthage is slowly moving his troops. They're running, but you know, they're just slowly moving in. He's got a general all the way in the back, and he's got all these units just kind of getting off all of these slave slingers that just need to go. So now it's just all coming down here. And then Macedon and I were like working together because we had these just annoying mercenary Tarantine cavalry and some other small units like this one here, the Illyrian cavalry, and they were just running in, peppering us, and running out, and it was just annoying. So he agreed to use his general to kind of help out with these like side troops. So now I just had these perfect lines. I got these thorough spears here, and I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. A little bit, because this is just a lot of holding around, just waiting for this big Carthage bandhammer to come in. So Carthage moves in. We got these troops. We got these Libyan cavalrymen, mercenary Iberian swords, and then we got this big force just charging in. There's just no order. Just gotta charge it and sandwich these guys. Get them out of the fight. Macedon is just doing some clearing up of some mercenary Celtic warriors. Pretty good unit that he destroyed there. He's just running around. My cav's basically done, and my chariots. I kind of just threw them in. I lost them. Oh well. See, they're all dead, those camels. And Carthage just slaps them right in the ass, and we win. And that is the battle, my guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and see you next time.